welcome to Yoga from the Heart, a place where I bring people who are living from their heart, from their soul, doing something different, little hatke. And only mission and only passion they have is health, happiness, joy, peace for humanity and also for the Mother Earth. So today I have a wonderful being. He's an author. He has written 2 books in German language because he lives in Germany. And he's also a yogi. He practices Kriya Yoga and also Hatha Yoga. And he has his own way of teaching yoga and meditation to the clients in Germany. So I have Pantha, Ashish, Mehta. Welcome, welcome to my show virtually.
Namaste, Sangeeta. Thank you.
So good to see you and talk to you.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
So tell me how you became from Ashish Mehta to Pantha, and also I missed in your introduction that you have spent few years in Bollywood industry being an actor.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was a beautiful journey.
Many hats to wear.
Yeah. I mean, as we say, life should be like that beautiful rainbow.
Wonderful. So tell us about your journey.
I was born in Dehradun, but as the story goes, you just go in the schools and do your stuff, you do your studies and finish your schools and you go to your colleges and universities and all that, okay? That was all like pre-planned from Papa and Mama's side, as we know from our Indian mentality how it is, So Papa was an engineer, so the son has to be. I spoke with my father and I want to tell you something. He said, what? But till now, I have been doing whatever you wanted from my side to do, but I don't feel this is my line of action or my path. That's not what I would love to do. So he was like, but taken away. He said, okay, what do you mean? What would you like to do? I had this kind of acting as my hobby. So I was doing theater side by side.
Okay.
And that I, try my hand into acting. So in '96, I was in Bombay. I struggled very hard, very, very young. Had no contacts in Bombay. This industry is a very crazy industry. You got to have a lot of contacts.
I would like to do another show on that.
Okay, yeah, sure. We'll do that. Sure, we'll do that.
Let's hear from the horse's mouth.
That I'll tell you. I'll tell you the whole background of this industry. Yeah. So I mean, did a lot of hustle, struggle, and then 99, I got my break in mainstream, like theater in Bombay. 2000, I got into televisions and then a lot of television shows I did. But of course, there was something missing. I was always hungry. I was hungry to know more about life.
Hungry for more, yes.
And that was another dimension of my life, that I was an actor, I was in Bombay, I was doing everything, but nobody knew that I was always visiting workshops, learning things, getting into Feng Shui, going for Reiki classes, going for pranic healing classes. And Papa used to teach me yoga. He was a Hatha yogi. Okay. So the door opener for yoga was my father. So that's why I tell people he was my first teacher. So yeah, I mean, I kept learning, kept going through different courses, met a lot of masters, gurus, teachers, yogis, sadhus, aghoris. I had to learn. I had to go through that. Then there was a phase also in my life. I wanted to walk on fire. It's a burning coal path. You walk on that, and you go beyond your limits. And it's not the physical limit. You go beyond that. And if I burn my foot or my feet, whatever, then I'm still, in this body phase. So that's a very good experiment.
So you did it without feeling burned?
But I walked 3 times. Nothing happened.
Wow.
Yeah. And so these were the incidences that kept on kicking me and giving me that boost. Okay, what's next? Something other has something more. What's waiting for you? Yes. And 2003, I remember it was exactly on Valentine's Day, 14th. I got my name, Pantha Bhaven. There in Pune. Pantha Bhaven is my whole name. So Pantha means path. Bhaven means emotion.
Okay.
So it's path of emotion.
So you teach yoga. What kind of yoga you teach?
I created my own yoga center. That's called Pantha Yoga. And base is, of course, as you mentioned, Kriya Hatha Yoga. Now, touch wood, it's going to be in this November, 1st of November, 12 years that I started.
Wow.
And the first book is this one.
Okay.
Der Glücksvertrag, which means the contract of happiness. This book came out 8 years back in Germany. So that was my first proof that, okay, Pantha Yoga is good. You know? Yeah. So they're like, I mean, I can just flip and I'll show something. Stop here. So you can see some. But there are like a lot of pictures and tips, what you can eat, what you can have, what kind of asanas you can do. So that was my first gift from universe. That, okay, do ahead.
I hope to have an English version of the book.
Yeah, if we can make an English version of this book, that looks like it will be very nice, because now it has landed up in Germany in this portal, you know, this literature portal as book tips. So I mean, it's pretty cool. Never thought of that.
Very nice, very nice. So can you summarize in few sentences? I know it's probably not, you can't do that justice to the book, but can you tell us a little bit about the first book?
It's based on one principle that human beings, we have a tendency to go out and search, you know, and that's all right. We have to go out and search for certain things in life and be a seeker. But ultimately, there's just one path or one way, and that's you. That's me. So that's this book. The contract of happiness is with me, myself.
Okay.
It's my contract that I am going to be happy from today, and I'm connected to me.
Yes.
Inside, not outside. I can go and keep looking out and keep finding out things and seek for something more. But I have to come down to one point where I will shut down everything, sit with myself, get in tune with my own higher self.
Yes.
And then be happy. Not that when I'm going to be happy,
yes,
then I'll be doing certain things. On this, you know, because we're talking and about this book, you also know from your practices, we have this tendency, now we are talking, so we are face to face. So I can see you, you can see me, you can ask, I can listen, I can ask, you know, and I can then listen. But now, you are here, and I turn my back towards you like this, and I don't watch and I don't even listen. What's going to happen? Sangeeta, what's going to happen? Tell me. I'm asking you now. What's going to happen?
We won't be able to communicate.
This is this book, to encounter yourself.
Yeah.
To come back to yourself, face to face, and look into the eyes. And say, I'm not going to turn my back.
Actually, that's the problem, right? I mean, I was watching this Social Dilemma Netflix thing that came out.
I saw that too.
Documentary. And some of the other things that's coming out and we are watching. And when I see that, yes, there's something to become aware of how things are happening. But I think all of that is happening because we are not connected with ourselves. I mean, if you're connected with yourself, how would you create such systems that are detrimental? I mean, one line he said in that story, isn't it irony that in our society, a dead tree is more expensive and costs and gives you more money than a live tree?
Exactly.
That whale is more beneficial to us than a live whale.
Yeah.
And so it's true for humanity, human beings. Like when you're sick, you're more beneficial to somebody than when you're not sick.
Yeah.
I mean, so we have created this system where somehow destroying and disturbing things is beneficial to some. So we have no interest in keeping things in their natural thing, right? That's why I, as a yoga practitioner, struggle to get people or like, you know, to convince them to, and they're like, oh, we don't have time. We can probably just once a week or twice a week. And I get it. We have busy lives, but also I think we have to, you're absolutely right. We have to look within and we have to take 100% responsibility of ourselves. We know we can We no longer can make doctor responsible or
Right.
government responsible or parents responsible or,
Yeah, exactly. Sangeeta, no excuses. No excuses, please. Because these excuses have led us to this point where we are getting more sicker, more confused,
Yes.
More crazy in heads.
Yes. And I think excuses because our society up until now, even the way I went through similar journey of from being dentist to public health to wanting more, doing Reiki classes, doing these classes, because there was something in me which was like, this is not it. But I realized like it's only when you take 100%, just because every time something happens, you're blaming the other person. You're blaming the system. You're blaming something else. It's only when you say, okay, from today onwards, I am 100% responsible for what happens in my life. There is huge freedom in that.
Yeah, but that only happens when you take time again with your own self.
Yes.
And you encounter yourself.
Yes.
And you don't run away from your excuses and your fears and your doubts and your internal self-beliefs that are like blockages.
Yes.
That's why exactly what you're saying is 100%, more than 100%. Right?
Yes, actually.
And the whole message which I got from them, or like what they told me indirectly or directly, is that the more we go closer to God and we watch Him more, and we tell Him that, okay, now I'm ready for you, that you watch me also, only then some changes will happen. And to do that, you have to take space, time, and little bit of peace of mind for your own self. Otherwise, this will not happen. Because otherwise, we're just running away from God. This is the whole thing. We're showing back to Him, but wishing that one day He'll come and save us.
Yeah.
You're not saved. Why should He? When we don't give time, He's not sitting there to always say, okay, yeah, I'm the only one who has to give time to this person. No, that's why we are here.
Yeah.
To face Him. To say, okay, I'm ready now. I'm giving time. I'm facing you, you face me.
Yes. And I think it's nowhere to be looking outside too. He's within.
That's what it is.
Yes.
The path is you. See, I told you in the beginning, Rukshatag means you can go out and see, search, but in the end, you have to come back to your own self. That's my now message to my students and people. And I help them. I have, of course, some methods. That's why I call them POL methods. It's Path of Living is my homepage. That's my path now. It's Path of Living. There's some methods I give. But these methods are all to take people back to their own selves. And there's one principle which we both know from our practices, that we all have to start with getting interested into something. Like we seek out, we want something. That's that interest part. That's nice. But interested has to turn into commitment.
Yes.
Okay, I'm interested, but if I'm not committed, I won't come back to myself. Then I'm just interested, it's done, next thing, done, third thing. Interest is gone, fourth thing. So this is just running around. So it's interested is fine, but be committed to your goals.
Persistence in the practice, yes.
Persistence, and persistence means repeated. You have to keep them together. Interested, committed, and repeated way of action.
Nice. Absolutely.
Makes you reach there. That's why sometimes it's good to repeat things 2, 3 times, 4 times.
Yes.
People say, why you disturbing me? I heard. No, you've just listened from, hearing is from heart. You've not heard actually. That's why it's important to keep on repeating.
Yeah.
That's why we do mantras.
Yeah, and even hearing is sometimes like, we can hear many times, but how many times does it come into an action into our life is the question. Yeah. Right? We all know.
Yet, we all know that.
We all know. Yet we do make mistakes. Yet we do the things that we, we question ourselves. So, and then you wrote a second book. So can you tell us about your second book?
Yeah, exactly. The second book is here. It's called Bist, Heilung. 3 years back it came. So, Bist, Heilung. means to you, Bist are, and Heilung means healing. So you are healing.
You are
You are healing. Yeah. So again, whatever we are talking, it's coming back to yourself.
Yes.
So see, the contract of happiness with whom? With my own self.
Yes.
Who's healing? You are healing. I am healing. Again, so this healing power is in me. So that was this trigger point, you know, that how should I take out a work from my inner being into this dimension where people can also enjoy that. And that's based on cancer, healing cancer, and all that autoimmune system deficiencies that we have, or like the disorders that we get in this so-called modern world. Again, based on yoga, based on nutrition, it's based on awareness. This book is really, these two books are nothing but awareness books.
Yes.
It's all to do with awareness and consciousness.
So as a person with an autoimmune disorder or cancer, when they come to you or reach out to you,
yeah,
what kind of, is there many sittings or? Like,
yeah, I have a special way of, good, again, if I say I have a special way, then again, it's a big egoistic statement. So, okay, nature has made me a channel to heal people. And he sent me this method, which I
just an instrument. Yes,
call it as Pantha Nada PMT healing session. But Nada means sound.
Sound. Yes.
Nada means sound or the tone. Nada word in Europe, which means nada, zero, nothing.
Oh yeah.
Nada. What happened? Nada, nothing. So now there's something to do with our Sanskrit word nada, which is tone and which is sound. And this European nada means nothing. If you could go into that zone of zero through those sounds and prana and chi and ki, you can remove all the blockages. Because these diseases, or like cancer, or like autoimmune systems deficiency stuff that we find, what's that actually? That's the blockage that we have. That's why we know now. This ease, when we are out of that ease zone, we're diseased. Combine that. I combine prana, I combine magnified, I combine touch, healing, and with these instruments. So that's a big stuff.
Wow.
It's intensive stuff. And so people come and they just drop their blockages, and the more they drop their blockages, the more they drop their belief systems. We, then I say we, because it's a teamwork. I and that person, and me, we can go and change the paradigms inside our subconscious mind.
Yes.
So when the changes happens through these sessions, through asanas, through pranayamas. Breathing is very important. Pranayama means prana yama. Prana is this whole flow of chi, or like breath, and yama is the technique.
Yes.
How can you change that flow of breath? And of course meditation, and of course chanting.
All good stuff.
Miracles happen.
I believe in miracles. I live through miracles.
That I can believe. Tell me one miracle that you could share here to your audiences.
One of the miracles that is very, very clear, evident to me is when I was 14, I lost vision in both of my eyes.
Oh my
God. It was a random miracle that happened.
Okay.
And I was, everything was normal up until then. I had no issues whatsoever. And I was in the hospital for almost a week, and they had put me on steroids, prednisolone and stuff. And I remember my parents crying, and doctors coming in and saying, we don't know what's happened. We don't know whether she'll be ever able to see back or not. But I didn't believe in them. And I said, no, totally no. There was no fear in me whatsoever. And I still remember those days where I couldn't see there. I always listened to music. I was very fond of music and dance. So I was like, people were bringing me this new songs and cassettes. That was a cassette time.
Yeah, cassette times. Yeah.
I was enjoying my cassettes, sitting in the room of AIMS Hospital in Delhi.
In Delhi. Yeah, in India, Delhi. Exactly.
Yeah. And but never, I told my mom started lighting diya to Ma Durga,
Right.
And I said, Mom, don't worry. Ma Durga will, that jyoti that you burn, that's going to give me my eyesight back. I will see. So of course I went through my whole struggle of 1 year and 3 surgeries. And slowly my vision came back.
Wow.
today I thank even that whole incident. And I say, you know, that's my miracle.
Yeah.
How I'm seeing.
Yeah. It is. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. And again, it's a proof that if you believe in your own self,
yes,
and you say, I am healing, that's this book, do Bist, Heilung, you are healing,
yes,
things happen. But you got to believe, you know, you have to have that is, and good that you touched on this point, Sangeeta, because see, you could not see, but you could see. See, you could not see, but you can say today that I could see that light, Mama. That's why I was saying that the jyoti that the light you're burning, that's going to be also creating some light inside of me, and I'll see again. So you were not seeing the world outside of you, but you were seeing something inside of you, and that's called belief.
And you know,
seeing
because at that age, of course, I was not thinking anything, right?
No, of course, but your spirit, your soul,
yeah, my spirit, yes.
Your soul, your spirit was talking to you, and you were just responding, and you were listening to your soul and spirit, and you were saying, "Okay, Mama, it's going to happen. I don't know how, but it's going to happen."
Yes.
And see, it did happen. That's why this line, seeing is believing, is wrong actually. Seeing is believing is wrong. Believing and then seeing it happening
is the right thing.
Is the right way. That's why we don't have just one body. We say this is just one body. Okay, physical. This is just one part of. We have 7 bodies.
Yes.
There are 7 bodies that we have, but we just talk about one body, the physical body. The physical body, the emotional body. We've got intellect. We've got astral body. We've got spiritual body. We've got cosmic bodies. We've got no bodies. All of them are in one.
Nice.
And then comes the last part, which is called as the body or the stage of nirvana.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks to you that you invited me. Yeah. I feel humbled that you took this time out. So that's good to chant the last mantra before we log out. Yeah. So let's say together. Om.
Om.
Shukrai.
Shukrai.
Brihaspate.
Brihaspate.
Namaha.
Namaha.
So it's actually thanking them too, because they are the ones, you know. Shukra was the master for devils.
Okay.
And Brihaspati was for devas, for angels. So we said namaste to both of them, because we have those elements in us too.
Yes, absolutely.
Great.
Thank you. Nice to meet with you.